Good morning, everybody. What is happening? It is Wednesday, August 25th. My name is Amal. I am the head analyst and part owner of the Alpha Trades community. For those of you who are not familiar with us, we have been around since 2017, doing videos, doing content, and having a private Discord community since then. We have not stopped our relentless effort to talk about the crypto ecosystem, talk about exactly all the amazing stuff that's happening in this market. And even today, I'm going to provide you some fantastic opportunities and insight into the market, showing y'all exactly what I'm seeing in the market, what I've been trading, how our community is doing, and new opportunities that you may find useful. We do not provide financial advice. Everything that we discuss today, we might have a position in, or we may not. But I wanted to share this information with y'all because I think that there is some real alpha that is in the market that I need to discuss. Okay, so first things first, I wanted to start off with first letting y'all know that if you have been watching our content for a while, please do hit the thumbs up. It really helps us get recognized by everyone else who wants to see our videos, other people who may be interested in content like this. All right. So you can go to our Alpha Trades YouTube channel right here. Okay. And here are all the videos that we've discussed over the past several months, even over the last, year, 2 years, 3 years. You can see all the stuff that, I've talked about. Right. So this is not something that we just come into the bull market and start discussing. We've been here all the way from 2017 bull market, 2018, 2019 bear markets, discussing everything and keeping our community engaged. All right. So if you like content like that and you like content where you see it on a consistent basis, on a daily basis, this is the community to join. The link is below. You can go to thealphatrades.com and you can sign up for our Advantage membership, which is $97 per month. Or if you want, you can hit the thumbs up on today's video and watch our content for free. The first most important piece of content today that I want to discuss that I put out for Advantage members 3 or 4 days back, which I will be sharing with you guys today, is the Avax Ecosystem. Now, I sent this to my Advantage members a couple of days back, and I told them about all the different opportunities that are coming up in Avax. And we actually wrote about Avax on July 30th. But if you remember, since then till now, okay, Avax from July 30th till now, what has it done? Let's take a look. Okay, so where's July 30th? July 30th is way the heck down here. Since then, Avax has gone up almost 300%. Why is that? Well, there's new developments happening in the ecosystem, which I discussed in this video. Once again, you can find this on our YouTube channel if you want more details. But what I like to point out in this video is that there are new developments happening almost analogous to the rise of the Binance Smart Chain back in 2020. There are new DEXs coming up. There are new areas where you can trade NFTs and new protocols that are coming up and new products and projects that are coming up. And one of the projects that I mentioned within the Avax ecosystem is Benki. Ticker is QI. Once again, you can find this on the Avax ecosystem if you do your research, or you can watch this video, like I said, to figure out how to find some of these products. So Benki, our community got in right around 15 to 16 cents. We're already up almost 90% of this position. Okay. I still think there's a lot of upside left in these assets, but again, not investment advice. I'm not going to tell you guys to buy or sell. I'm letting you know exactly what I'm doing in this market. This is one of my positions in the Avax ecosystem. The other one is PNG, which is the Pangolin Exchange. Okay. Same thing with PNG. We got in somewhere around, I think 225, 230, somewhere around here. So you can see, right, Pangolin is already up 87%. And the final one is Joe. You can find this in that video as well. This one we got in around about, where was it? Maybe I think 40, 50 cents, maybe somewhere around here, actually, like 30 cents. So this one is up about 400%. Okay, so point is we've done tremendously well on these positions already, and it's only been about 4 or 5 days. I think the market itself, especially in the Avax ecosystem, has more and more upside left. They also have a $180 million incentive program that they're coming out with to encourage other projects to move over to Avax or to try out Avax, which in my opinion is going to be huge. If you guys are familiar, Matic actually did something very similar back here in March or February earlier this year. And once Matic had that incentive program of having, $80 to $90 million to have projects try out the Matic system, the Polygon system, Matic just exploded. It basically went 2 or 3x. I'm sorry, I think it was actually somewhere around here. It basically went 2 or 3x within the span of, I don't know, maybe a week or two, right? I believe Avax is actually just on the cusp of doing something like that. It's already gone up tremendously, but I think it still has more upside left. So today's video is a little bit more of a focus on all the amazing things that are happening in crypto. First, starting off with the focus on Avax. Next thing is all the other L1 ecosystems which have been doing really well. For example, if we pay attention to Luna, again, same thing with Luna, right? Luna has been one of the first and few projects that has hit a new all-time high. Solana, same thing. One of the first and few projects that has hit a new all-time high. Rune, very close, but it's also, again, gone up tremendously, right? Not at a new all-time high yet, just like Avax is really not at a new all-time high yet, but they've been doing really, really well for the past several weeks. Why is that? Because I believe the market is trying to indicate to you that the money is going to be ultimately concentrated in these particular ecosystems. And of course, Ethereum sits at the top of that list too. But I believe ETH right now is just a quiet monster, just allowing these other altcoins to move. Sooner or later, ETH will also explode. But the point is that these new ecosystems that are coming up, like I said, Avax and Solana and Rune and Luna, those are the ones that are really garnering attention and getting a lot of the money flows in the market. And at the same time, Ethereum and BTC are staying calm. And they're staying calm because the money is being rotated into some of these newer altcoins, which takes less money to drive up. Ethereum is a huge multi-billion dollar, multi-hundred billion dollar asset. Bitcoin is close to almost $1 trillion itself. So it takes a lot more money to move these assets. But when you pick off, say, something like Avax, which is barely, I think, 7 or 8 billion, it doesn't take that much money to move it. You can also do more research on CoinGecko here. And you can type in Avax ecosystem. And within the Avax ecosystem, you'll see here are all the coins within Avax if you want to take a stab at some different ones. Here's the one I explained, Pangolin Exchange. There's the other one, which is Benki, which is somewhere around here. There it is, Benki. And then there's Trader Joe, which is the other token way the heck down here. These are all up and coming tokens with incredibly high risk, but something that if you want to experiment and you want to try out new things that are happening in new ecosystems and new markets, this is probably where you want to be adventurous. So now moving along, what is the price action of BTC and the rest of the market showing us? Well, as I said, as we see Ethereum and BTC keep grinding on up, putting in these very nice higher lows, right? You see a lot of chop up and down, but the market is clearly showing you the more favorable money flow is actually going into the L1 ecosystems like Avax, Solana, Rune, and Luna. And at present moment, that's great because BTC and Ethereum staying calm allows these assets to move. And this is quite evident by Bitcoin dominance, which has stayed relatively calm or actually continuously going down for almost the last month. And this allows altcoins, especially within the DeFi space, to keep moving higher and higher. Now, I'm sort of expecting a pretty sharp move out of this consolidation range right here for Bitcoin dominance. Now, if Bitcoin dominance goes down, okay, and say, I don't know, Bitcoin price action kind of just moves sideways, that means altcoins are actually going to explode up higher. Okay, now if Bitcoin dominance goes up and Bitcoin price goes down, that means that altcoins are actually going to drive down further and further percentage-wise. So what you ideally want out of this situation is either for the dominance to stay sideways or actually even head down, and you want Bitcoin price action to stay within a range or keep grinding on up like this slowly. If this happens, that means altcoins are going to keep exploding up further and further and further. And guess what? You need to focus your attention where the money is right now. Like I said before, where the L1 ecosystems are: Avax, Solana, Rune, and Luna. But what are the other altcoins that are on my list that I still have on the back burner? Where what I personally believe in right now is the space ultimately as a narrative going into the rest of 2021 is going to head towards DEXs and quite possibly NFTs and gaming assets. So within the DEX space, right, DEX or derivative DEX space, we have PERP, which is the perpetual protocol, right? PERP protocol. This asset we have a position in, just FYI. I believe that PERP protocol still has massive upside left. I believe SUSHI itself, again, another DEX, still has massive upside left. Okay, these are the assets that I want to keep my eye on. 1 inch, which is again a DEX, right? I think this one also has massive upside left. I don't have a position in 1 inch, but I do have a position in SUSHI and PERP. The other assets that I believe are going to be coming up, probably like the lending programs, lending ecosystems like Curve, like Aave, like Compound as well, right? These are the ones that are ultimately going to do relatively well because they're well capitalized. Okay, people borrow money, they lend money. There's a lot of movement and volume flowing through these protocols. Right, so you definitely want to keep your eye on that. Right now, what I'm least bullish on is probably something like, I want to say something like Matic. I used to be really bullish on Matic, but it seems like the market has sort of found different ways to not use L2s as much, which is what Matic is. It's like an L2 product on top of L1s like Ethereum and Polkadot and Rune and Luna. But I don't know if there's going to be the same kind of utility and usage for Matic in this coming cycle. I believe something similar for, say, something like, I don't know, Band or Link. I don't really know how useful oracles are like Band and say something like, where's Link? Let me see where Link is. There's Link, right? I don't quite really know what the utility of these oracles are going to be. But again, I still have them on, my list, just things to watch. Okay. But within the DeFi blue chip space, right, the top tier assets that I'm really paying attention to are definitely all these ones that are highlighted green, right? Avax, Solana, SUSHI, Rune, and Luna. Okay. PERP is more so, like I said, I'm going to make this a different color. PERP is more of a closer to like SUSHI, it's a DEX. So this is how I'm looking at the market over the next coming months. Now, in terms of technicals, right, I believe Solana has probably the cleanest looking technical setup. Okay. I believe Solana is in a big 5-wave movement here. All right. And by the end of this cycle, I am personally thinking that Solana has the ability to get to 100, maybe 150, maybe 200. 200 is a bit of a stretch, but I think it's attainable. Okay, it might stretch past that. I don't know, because sometimes when things go parabolic, they just go absolutely nuts, right? So I'm well aware of that. But here's sort of my moderate and more cautious count for, say, something like Solana. All right. So I believe we are in the fifth wave. And if we're in the fifth wave, right, you still have to have a smaller primary count in here. So it's probably something like, I don't know, maybe it's, this might be the beginning of, say, 1. This might be 2. This might be 3. A quick 4 right here. And then the fifth wave, which we might start in this, I don't know, span of the next month. This fifth wave, and let me make this a smaller count, smaller degree, right? Let's make it a minor. Okay. So this count right here, the yellow, should be ending, this fifth wave should be ending where this large 5-wave count also ends, because that's how you would measure an Elliott wave count, right? If this is the large fifth that's coming up, there has to be a 5-wave count in there. So that means that this fifth wave, I believe, should be coming up somewhere around $150 to $200 if you do the fib extension analysis. Now, what I believe we are currently in is, this is probably the finishing of the third. We might have a quick 4 that's coming up, which we're probably in right now. And then, like I said, hopefully in the next coming days or coming week, we might be starting that big fifth wave. Okay. Now, the interesting thing about markets, especially in crypto, is that there's a seasonality to it, right? Seasonality meaning, if you look at this data historically, especially on BTC, you could kind of see, here's the month of September. In 2011, September was a red month, 14 red month, 17 red, 18 red, 19 red, and 2020 red. The point is that September historically, not only for BTC, but even for the stock market, is actually a pretty rough month. So 6 out of the last 10 years for BTC's existence has been red for September. Now, maybe this time's different, or maybe not, right? Maybe you have a pretty high probability, a 60% probability that it might be a red month. So that means that what you need to focus on is, in the coming month of September, what are the opportunities that the market is going to give you? Well, I believe that if BTC kind of gets towards 51, 54K, right? Say in the month of August, by the time August ends, we might have a red month in September, but maybe it might not be that deep. Maybe by the end of August, which, as you can see, we have like a good 5 or 6 days left, right? Maybe we get to like 55, 56K and we close out the month up here. And then in the month of September, all we really do is a whole lot of chop, chop, chop. In this area, we end the month red, maybe 3, 4, 5% down. But then October, we gear up for the big, massive move. That is my thought process for how I see this seasonality chart affecting BTC, but also quite possibly affecting other altcoins. Now, my thought process is that if August can end really, really strong, and again, in 6 days, anything is possible. If August can end strong, if September kind of ranges around like this, even if it ends red, these altcoins are going to go absolutely nuts. Okay. They're going to just take off like none other, especially, like I said, the L1 ecosystems. Now, if it happens to be that the market is really dragging BTC down further and further in the month of September, and say these other altcoins follow, then it's going to be a very, very rough month of September. And then this 4-wave count could stretch maybe deeper. Okay. So instead of maybe a quick, retrace back to $60, $64 or something for the 4th wave, it might go down to, I don't know, 55, maybe as deep as 50, maybe as deep as like 46, 45, right? So you want to keep an eye on these levels. Now, the levels I'm watching for Solana is anywhere between 60, 55, 50 are solid potential buying opportunities. For Avax, I don't even know if we'll get that deep, but any retracements, right, in the mid to low $40 range right here in this area would be fantastic buying opportunities. If you get something deeper on like a sharp spike down, even better. Luna, same thing. Again, an asset that's done tremendously well. You can kind of look at Luna as this previous all-time high, retest area. So anywhere between $20 to $22 if you do get that retest. Again, I'm letting you guys know these levels so you can keep an eye on them, mark them out on your own charts. Okay. For Advantage members, obviously those that are paying members, I mark out these charts and I have them in my master charts. So you can pay attention to every level that I've marked out, for your own purposes. And then obviously you guys know very well, those of you who are watching our video for free, we have this 5K count challenge over the last, several months, right? We started the account at the beginning of the year with $5,000, right? And so far, I think we're close to about 20 to 21K, as you can see right here. So we've grown the amount, quite tremendously over the last 8 months. And we still have another 4 months left to go till the end of the year to make sure that this challenge keeps continuing higher and higher. Even if I quit right now, I'm up 4x on the entire year on this 5K challenge account, right? And this is just a challenge account to show members exactly how I go about trading. This is not a copy trading account. You definitely should not copy trade, and you should not take my trades or analysis as financial advice. But this is just to show members how I trade, how I analyze the markets on a day-to-day basis. Okay. So point is, we've done tremendously well so far. If you want to view this challenge, you can join the Advantage membership. The link is below in the YouTube description. Okay. But the point is, we have all these different channels in case you're wondering exactly how we go about analyzing the market, how we go about trading. Something simple this morning that I pointed out, right, even on my Twitter feed, was here's what I kind of see happening with BTC. There's a bullish divergence building, right? Lower lows on price and higher lows on the RSI. If this is the case and BTC starts grinding back up, keep your eyes on these tokens that I mentioned earlier on in the video. Okay, all of these since morning time, since I posted this, have popped up at least 2, 3, 4%, okay, from the lows. And by the way, I have not even mentioned ADA, which has been doing really, really well. I'm not the biggest fan of ADA when it comes to fundamentals, but honestly, if the price is doing well and if the people behind it want to keep driving it up further, I'm not going to be the one to judge, right? I'm going to keep bidding this asset, take trades, take long trades whenever I find that possible. And so ADA, once again, is another L1 ecosystem product. Not the one at the top of my list, but definitely one you should be paying attention to. Okay. So you have my thoughts on the market, short term, longer term, seasonality wise, what I expect potentially happening by the end of the month, maybe even September. I talked about this Avax ecosystem, right? You can watch this on our YouTube channel for free, obviously. Make sure you check out CoinGecko and type in Avax over here, and you'll see under categories, there's the Avax ecosystem, and you can do your own research and find what products and projects that you like. You can play around with them. You can start lending money. You can start borrowing. You can start farming and staking and pooling, all kinds of fun stuff that's happening on these projects. Okay. But as always, do your own research. These assets are extremely risky. They have high volatility. You might even, get rug pulled. So not financial advice. You do whatever you need to do to protect your investment. All right. And you can also find details on Avax on our Medium page right here. Find us Alpha Trades on Medium, and you'll see a host of articles. I mean, not just this one. We wrote one about PERP protocol, which just released a couple of days back, right? All the things that we are really interested in, we write about in depth, because we want our community members to stay aware of exactly what you're buying into, what these projects are about. If it sounds like BS, don't buy into it, right? But we do our own due diligence, okay? Olympus DAO, we wrote about that last month. We wrote about Curve Finance, right? Spoke about Curve earlier. Avalanche, we wrote about. I mean, there's a ton of assets that we've written about over the last several months, which, are now doing extremely well. Okay. So all in all, make sure you follow us. Make sure you join our Advantage community because there's a ton of alpha that we release. We even now have a NFT and gaming area where we discuss all the different games and NFTs that people are interested in, how people are using these play to earn projects, what NFTs they're picking up, right? All these channels are all available to Advantage members. And we even have a farming, staking, lending channel in which we discuss all the things that we are doing right now in terms of passive income strategies or yield strategies. Crypto is too amazing to not keep up with for joining a community like this, where you have all the resources and all the amazing people in our community that are doing incredible work. And I personally love that about our Advantage membership because everybody loves to share all the alpha that they are currently utilizing. Okay, hit the thumbs up, folks, if you like this video. Join our Advantage membership. The link is below, or the free Discord link, which is also below. Take care, cheers, and good luck.